Welcome to the Angel Mystic Podcast. I am super excited you are listening because this is where spiritually open minds can come together to explore the wonders of angels, spiritual connections, and the art of manifesting. Hosted by me, Amanda Tooke, the Angel Mystic, your spiritual midwife to help you on your journey to a fulfilling and happy life. You may have seen me on ITV, Channel 4, or even in Fate and Fortune magazine. In each episode, we will delve into the mystical world of angels, offering you insights, guidance, practical tools to deepen your connection with the upstairs so that you can find inner peace, happiness, joy, and create the life that you want. Tune in for weekly, fun conversations, transformational insights that will elevate your spiritual journey and awaken your inner mystic. Please hit subscribe now as we embark on a transformational adventure with the Angel Mystic Podcast. I'm just reminding you that I have got an amazing once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for you to work with me for the whole of 2025 with the Manifesting VIP. It's due to start on Monday, the 20th of January. There is just 12 exclusive sessions in a small, intimate group, and it's happening on Zoom. If you're wanting help with your manifesting, with your energy, with your mindset, with alignment, so you can bring those dreams into your reality, go and check it out now. It's over in the show notes. And we also have a masterclass that is happening on Thursday, the 23rd of January. It is called 3 Easy Ways to Manifest. It is just $9.99, but if you're an Abundance Club member, there's no need to part with your hard-earned cash. It is just free for you. But if you're not a club member, it's only $9.99, and that comes with a replay. Go and check it out in the show notes now. Welcome back to the Angel Mystic Podcast. This episode is called How My Hobby Turned into a Multiple Six-Figure Business. So I haven't really got any real plans for this particular episode. I'm going to see what I end up talking about and where it leads, because it is, well, last December, it was 15 years of being in this business. And it has been quite the journey and quite the ride, and one I would do in a heartbeat all over again. But it hasn't been plain sailing, and I don't want to give anybody illusions that, oh, it's just been amazing from day one, because it hasn't. It has been really rewarding, and I love the fact that I get to do something that was my hobby and earn a really good income from. But there's so much more than just doing your hobby as your full-time career. And I get a lot of people, saying to me, well, how did you start your business? How did you know what to do? And for me, I was given sort of no choice. I honestly believe that the universe hands us things that are in our highest interest, but at the time they don't feel like it. Now, for me, I was running my bed and breakfast because this isn't my first business. It isn't my second business. It's actually my third business. My first business started when I was 17 and I was in the beauty industry. The second business was after my divorce, and that was a bed and breakfast. I really wanted to get back into being a stay-at-home parent, and that was my way forward. So I sold everything I could possibly sell and took a gamble on running a B&B in Windermere, and it really paid off. But it wasn't, again, that wasn't plain sailing, because after a few years I became unwell. I had a huge asthma attack that sounds unbelievable when I say this now, but it took me 6 months to get over. I had to learn to rebreathe. It was really difficult. It was very, very worrying, because my business then as a single parent was my income, and it was also my home, and everything was sort of in jeopardy. And I did what I could do, which was meditate every day. I couldn't run my B&B. I couldn't even walk to the door without being out of breath. So luckily family stepped in, my parents stepped in, Corrie was old enough to help out. Everyone was great, and we got through it. And I meditated every day. And in doing that, I kept getting guidance to start my shop. start a business, start doing my readings that I kept really quiet and didn't really tell people who I was and what I could do. And opening my shop was just like opening my business, but also coming out my spiritual closet. It was all in one. Anyway, I did follow my guidance that used to sort of be drip fed to me in my meditations of opening this shop. They told me exactly which shop to go to. When I say they, I mean my team, my angels, my guides. And I remember visiting this shop to view it. It was stepped back off the main road a little. It had like sort of a little courtyard in front of it. And I really was aware that the busy energy on the road was like bypassing it. And it was a little sanctuary, a little haven of tranquil energy. And I went in with my little pendulum and I was dowsing and getting the answers yes to go ahead with it. And I did. And from viewing the shop to opening the shop, it was a really short amount of time. And the only thing that wasn't actually done ready in time was a sign above the door. Every time I went online to look for something, it just popped up, like the right furniture, the right stock, everything it was incredible. It was so aligned. It was ridiculous. I knew it was the right thing to do. And we opened the first day, just a few weeks before Christmas, on a Saturday. And that was it. That was the start of, the business was called then Mystic Moon. And I remember having a Reiki treatment one day, wondering what to call my shop. And the name came to me in the Reiki treatment. Everything was divinely guided. So whilst I didn't know how to start a spiritual business, I did know how to start a business, because obviously this was my third. But I didn't know what people were going to want, how that was going to look or anything. I was really feeling my way forward. It was incredible. There were people that would come into the shop and they would walk in and literally walk out again. They couldn't handle the energy. There was people that came into the shop and wouldn't want to leave. They just loved the energy. And some days, that business did hardly anything. In fact, I'm sure there was days when it did nothing. But my mindset is the thing that got me through. And when people come in and they'd buy things, I used to focus on that. And then somebody else would come in and buy things. It'd be the same thing. If I sold one little crystal angel, I would sell another, because that's what my focus was on. One deck of cards, I would sell another. That's just how it went. The little shop next door was a cafe, and as we were locking up at night, she'd say to me, "Have you been busy?" I go, "Oh, I've been so busy." Now, she'd known, if she was looking out of her window, how busy I'd been, because she'd seen hardly anybody going in my shop some days. And I would still say I've been really busy. I've been really busy planning my future. I've been really busy dusting the shelves. I've been really busy organising online. I had been really busy. But I had to fake it till I made it. And I'd come home from the shop and the family would say, "How's it been?" I go, "I've been so busy, so busy." That's how I got to start turning it around. Now, I had the shop a couple of years, and then I got this download, as everything used to arrive for me in the middle of the night. The upstairs are very good at keeping me awake, giving me downloads. But do you know what? When that happens, I'm never tired the next morning. So if you ever get disturbed sleep and it is the upstairs wanting to communicate with you, if you're not tired the next day, you know it's them for sure. But they'd already given me downloads in programs. I ran my first angel workshop, ran my dining room table. They'd given me that. They gave me a book. That was the next thing. And I kept getting the message of, you need to close your shop and write your book. And I kept thinking, how can I possibly close my shop and write my book? How can I take my business online? How do you even do that? But sure enough, following the guidance, I did. And I honestly have never looked back from going online. It took the business in a different way. It really did. And it meant that I could reach people, not just locally, but all over the world. And I've always found in business that it's really not about how much money you make. In fact, If you focus on the money, you're just going to get yourself in a bit of a mess. But you need to focus on serving and supporting. So how many more people could I reach online? How many more people could I serve and support online? It just made it so much easier. Again, I had to get over the fear of being on social media, of being visible. Oh my goodness, all of that. And also the fear of selling. I used to feel like, oh my goodness, I don't want to be a sleazy car salesman sort of scenario. I want to just make offers that are aligned to people and people snap my hand off to buy them. So I worked on my mindset, and that was it. That's what sort of turned things around, is focusing on what I wanted, aligning my energy to that and enjoying the journey. Because if you're not enjoying it, why are you even doing it? For me, I honestly believe that, if you're in business to make money. I was in business to make money because I needed to put a roof over our heads, food on the table. It all came down to me earning the money. But if you're not making money in your business, whatever your business might be, you've just got an expensive hobby. And that is not what I wanted for myself or for anybody else. Along this journey, I have been able to help lots of people, obviously on the spiritual journey, but also on the business journey. I do offer business strategy sessions, and I am a business strategist. I will help people work on their goals and bring their business to life. Now, one thing I've learned on all of this is that there is an awful lot of shining stars that you could possibly want to start to follow. And they'll tell you what you should be doing. If you've got an online business, they'll be talking about, oh, you need funnels, you need sales pages, you need opt-ins. And that might feel really confusing and overwhelming. And you're like, oh, well, I don't know what I need to do. And if you start jumping through all those hoops, you can end up feeling like not good enough. I really suffered with that so much that, I need to be doing this, I need to be doing that, I'm not doing that, I'm not good enough. And the one thing I have learned in all of this, there'll be always new phases and new things that you need to follow and new, bits of tech that come out. But you've got to do what feels right for you. If you're jumping through all the hoops just because some marketer has told you to do that, it's unlikely going to work. I am so thankful that I can follow my intuition and do what feels right. And after all, this is just a hobby that's grown totally out of control. And I am proud to say that it is a multiple six-figure business. It's grown to a level that I quite honestly don't think I want it to grow any bigger than it already is. I'm quite happy at this figure. We employ a team. We support 3 households. I think we're doing a great job as we already are. Now, if you've followed me for some time, you will know I've told you lots of different stories, especially in my free trainings, about having a business, about my spiritual journey. But there's real significant points for me that sort of stand out on this. And there's been sort of little roundabouts in my life, or little crossroads where I've come to, and I could have gone down a different route. And I may have got to the same place that I'm at now. I may have got to somewhere totally different, and it will be the same for you. But yes, I did start my first business at 17, which was a ridiculously young age to start a business. I am from an entrepreneurial family. I have a strong background in business strategy. And I did turn my small little guest house into a profitable and successful business just so I could be a stay-at-home mum after my divorce. We have to have something that drives us forward. We have to have something that makes us think, yeah, this is why I'm getting up in the morning. This is why I'm doing it. I was doing it for my family. And it took a lot of courage. It's probably the scariest thing I ever did, was selling my home, selling my private number plate that my dad gave me on one of my birthdays, selling any pieces of jewellery I could possibly sell, including my wedding ring, my engagement ring, everything like that, to invest into a bed and breakfast so that I could be that stay-at-home mum. That was my, my North Star, my guiding light. That's what I kept aiming for. And I can remember as that sale was going through, and Corrie and I had gone to IKEA to buy some stuff for the B&B. It was all going along perfectly. I got the phone call from the estate agent, and the person that was buying my house had pulled out. And I was sat in IKEA, devastated, just like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do now? And I heard the angels say to me, you need to ring the person who's got the B&B. And I thought, well, that's a stupid thing to say. Of course I need to let them know. I honestly thought that. And I thought, well, I'll do that. I'll make that call. And then I'm going round IKEA. We've come this far. We're still going to go round IKEA. So I rang them up and I said, I'm really sorry to tell you, but my buyers pulled out. And they went off and had a conversation, and they came back to me and they went, we'll do a house swap with you if you want. And I went, what? And they went, we'll swap houses. You can have the B&B. We'll have your house. We'll rent it out. We want something else anyway. Oh my goodness, I could not believe it. That is why the angels had told me to ring them. The answer was there. So it did all work out. And yes, it took a lot of courage, but we've got to trust the process. We've got to follow our guidance. I can remember when I was deciding to get a B&B, and I was stuck in a traffic jam between Windermere and Bowness. There was like roadworks on. And I was literally sat outside another B&B, which actually had a for sale sign up on it. And I thought, oh my goodness, wouldn't that be a great business to be in? So I didn't have to have my kids, in after school clubs. So I didn't have to rely on my parents and to pick the kids up and drop them off for me and all of that was going on. I could be back to being a stay-at-home mum like I was when I was married. And I sat there with the idea and I could feel that pull, that like, yeah, Amanda, do it, that magnetic pull within inside me. And that's when I started looking at properties and seeing what I could make work. And I can always remember, and I don't think I've ever shared this story. I shared it with my son the other night, but I've never shared it publicly online. But I can remember I went for a business loan with the NatWest Bank, and the bank manager came out and we had this meeting and we had to do a business plan and all of that. And he said to me, you sure you can make this work, Amanda? I went, absolutely. And if I don't make it work as a B&B, I'm going to turn it into a brothel. And he just, because that's just my sense of humour. And he just sat there laughing his socks off. And I just thought, oh my goodness, I have got to. I mean, who says that to a bank manager? I just don't know, but I did. And I thought, I have just got to make this work. I've got to give it everything. And I did give my B&B everything until the universe decided, Amanda, you shouldn't be doing a B&B. You should be doing your spiritual work. That's what you came here to do. And hence why I, moved into a different direction. We have to really trust the process. Really trust the process. So here I am. I sit here with this amazing spiritual business that, has been thriving for 15 years. And if you're thinking, if you've got that little pull in you, like, oh, I really want to do something more fulfilling. I really feel like I'm a healer. I really feel like I've come here to do something else. Try it. Do it. What have you got to lose? If you can make a real impact on other people, if you can do work that lights you up, and if you can earn a good money and a good income living your purpose, crack on and do it. Decide on who you are and what you're going to do, what you're going to offer. Craft your offer. There's so many things that will trip you up, and I've got a free training coming up. It's a fast track to business abundance. Launch your spiritual Launch your spiritual business in 3 days. Training happening Monday, the 27th to Wednesday, the 29th of January at 7:30. And we're going to be looking at your offers. We're going to be looking at things that are going to trip you up. Things like, oh my goodness, I need a website. No, you don't. We're going to be looking at how you can market yourself, your mindset, your pricing. All of these things are things that you need to consider if you're starting your own business. But most of all, think about your why you want to do it, why you want to make a difference. And why do you keep getting all those ideas in your head, but not doing anything with them? Know that anything is possible. I think, well, if Amanda can do it, I can do it. And it's never about the money. It's about serving and supporting. And if you focus on that, the money just flows to you. Yes, you're going to work on your mindset. You're going to need to do that. You're probably going to have to work on your money mindset. But what a beautiful bonus it will be when you're doing something that you love and that fulfills you, and you're getting paid well for it too. It gives you freedom. It gives you choices. And it gives you flexibility. And I love that about my business. So that brings us to the end of this podcast. I hope it's inspired you. I would love to hear your feedback. Let me know in Abundance Manifesting, the free community group over on Facebook. Link is in the bio, and link is in the bio for the Fast Track to Business Abundance. Launch your spiritual business in 3-day free training. I will see you soon. Bye for now. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If so, please hit follow and share my message by sharing with your friends. It would be amazing if you can leave a review. All this will help, and it activates the universal law of the more you give, the more you receive. So it's a win-win. You can find more good stuff between episodes over on social media. Just search The Angel Mystic on Facebook, Instagram or TikTok, or check out the links in the show notes. I'd love for you to connect more over in my free group in Abundance Manifesting, all on Facebook. I hope to see you there.